up, guys? We're back. This is Monster Hunter Rise. And this is supposed to be the Sunbreak expansion. Okay? This is Sunbreak. This is like a teaser, though. So
they might be breaking the sun on this one.
I don't know, man.
It'll be dark forever.
Let's check it out. It's kind of a weird name. Ravelos is gone.
It's like another pain in the ass monster.
I don't think so. This is a whole new area, though.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So this is the expansion that we're gonna get for Rise with new monsters. All right, so here's my thing. Here's my thing, Monster Hunter. Here's my whole ordeal. You are on a roll. But the roll is starting to slow down. Okay? Monster Hunter Rise. Love it. I love the whole Japanese samurai aesthetic to the village you're in. The whole ninja thing. Great. Boss fights. Good. I have to say good because I'm trying to compare this to World. You know what I'm saying? Because World was groundbreaking.
Yeah.
It introduced a lot of people to Monster Hunter who never knew about Monster Hunter. I started with Monster Hunter 2 on PlayStation 2 back when Rathalos was the one you had to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
When he was the big boss.
He was the big man on campus. So for me, being through all these years of following this game and loving it, and to me, it's actually Dark Souls before Dark Souls.
Right.
For me, it's you all have the opportunity with this Sunbreaker to do something. If you do this, you would submit yourself as one of the best monster hunting, and I mean, like, I'm not gonna say big boss fighting games that's out there. We're not gonna say monster hunting. We're gonna say big boss fighting games, okay? Because that's what like Dark Souls is about. Dark Souls is about the difficulty and the big crazy, monsters you have to fight on Dark Souls. You could submit yourself. You have done this with 2 monsters. And I will clip this into the video so you know what I'm talking about. One of them is the ancient, I think it's Leshen or Lycian, whichever way you want to say it. I think it's Leshen. I don't know if you fought that one or not.
I don't know.
That was on World.
It's part of the Iceborne DLC. I haven't fought him yet.
Okay, so he's part of the Iceborne situation. When they brought the Witcher collaboration over, they brought the ancient Leshen.
Okay.
He's a monster. He's not a dragon. He's not a big lizard. You know what I'm saying? He's a monster. He's one of the only ones I've never beat. Because he has a move that can kill everybody. And he'll do it, and the only way to stop him is to flash him. So if you don't bring enough flash bugs,
you're dead.
He'll kill the whole team. And then if you're playing with multiple people, that 4 lives, it's over.
Yeah.
That's the only one. Me and my buddy would go in. We would have like 4 randos. Y'all know you know what happens when you have randos. And me and him would have enough bugs, but then we would run out. and the other people wouldn't bring bugs. So he's the only one I haven't beat. There's another monster. He's on Rise. What is it? Bogog? Gobrog?
What does it look like?
It's the one, it's that ice one that makes the ice sword on his hand.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember his name exactly, but he's like he swipes at you, and then once he goes in rage mode, he blows that ice and he creates the ice sword on his hand. He tries to his whole pattern changes. He to me was one of the most creative monsters I've seen from Monster Hunter. Doing things with like the ancient Leshen, who uses the birds to cover his body and stuff like that, or for that monster who uses the ice sword, that shows a sign of intelligence, and adapting in the fight. If Rise wants to be like one of the best, you see how this monster looks right here?
Yep.
It looks almost vampiric, like a vampire.
True that.
Like some type of vampiric bat or whatever. Bring some werewolf monsters in. Bring some monsters that change and actually like adapt and do stuff like that with their fighting style.
And they could do a whole thing to where like you're doing a quest for some human guy and he turns out to be the boss you need to kill.
I'm just saying, when you want to incorporate the monsters in, them monsters that like make an ice sword, that's genius. He's using, instead of just running around shooting ice breath like most of the monsters do, he's actually incorporating his power in a different way. And if you would keep that up with your monsters that you bring into the game, you could have some of the most creative, best fights that there is. And since this is an expansion, so it's not going to follow the aesthetic of like Rise with the whole Japanese thing or whatever, you can tell this is like a castle that they're going to. You know what I'm saying? Like some old ruined castle or whatever. It's what they're going to. There's a chance for there to be like monsters that have armor pieces on.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like you could really goat yourself if you go that route. Instead of creating more monsters that just like shoot the beams and, shoot the fire breath and, swipe wildly and dash. You know what I mean? Like shoot lightning that travels on the ground. If you show more signs of intelligence for your monsters, this expansion could just basically goat Monster Hunter forever. Because now you're going to be able to bring in those people who like those dark like creatures that like to fight and stuff like that. They could come over to Rise and get that experience instead of fighting just dragons and stuff like that. That's just how I feel about it. The monster, you don't really get much from this trailer, but
it looks like a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, it does look vampiric. If it is one of those vampiric-looking monsters, he probably has a move that takes life and regenerates his life.
Because I'm not even gonna lie. Whatchamacallit has a monster. I can't remember what version, but it was it's literally on the DS. It's on the 3DS version. He will freaking bleed you. Damn. And bleed is hard to get off if you don't have the heals for it, because you have to crouch and stay still for it to go away. Yeah. And Monster Hunter is all about dodging. So if you dodge, you lose life. Yeah. And I was like, I hate this monster. But yeah, I see him having some type of ability that bleeds you, and you're gonna have to be able to cure it, because you'll just lose life.
He looks like he has a lot of sharp objects on him.
Yeah, on the wings here. You see on the wing tips. You see on his neck, his claws.
Even his teeth, his head.
I don't even see his tail really, which is that's a little bit of his tail. He may not use his tail like that. I think these wings are probably going to be used more. Because it looks like something, like when bats cover themselves. Yeah. It looks like the hooks cross over. Yeah. That's...
I mean, it might be a vampiric little dragon.
It could be. But to me, if you want to goat Rise, start bringing monsters that change their who adapt to the players, and you know what I'm saying, and show signs of intelligence, and that way you can create some amazing fights.
Yeah.
Because I think like with Rise, with the ability to be so mobile, it made the game easier. Riding your dog to the target, wiring bug around attacks and getting out of situations like that.
Easier to dodge with too.
Oh yeah. Like me, since I use switch axe, I just use my wire attack to.
I used the insect glaive.
So you just.
I'm flying
all over the place. Yeah, like I use that to I use mine to just close distance repeatedly.
Because the insect glaive, it's been a minute since I played it. Because I know when you use it, you have an ability that you basically become a Beyblade.
Basically,
it's freaking awesome.
So, to me, you got the opportunity to goat this mug, man.
Too bad you can't mount them anymore with the insect glaive. It's really easy to do on World.
Well, you mount them and ride them.
Well, when I say mount, I meant like mount like World, where you're just like
hitting them or whatever. Yeah, I got you.
Do epic critical damage at the end of a little string.
Yeah, now you just ride them and make them run into the wall over and over and stuff like that.
It's all right.
Your boy's Nixon.